10 o'clock, like I said, we are going to be speaking to one health specialist, Jalo, from Village Medical Daycare. Good morning, Mr. Kiran.
How are you, my dear?
Hey, I'm surviving, like I told you. Nowadays you don't say I am fine. No, you say I'm surviving.
God, is the landscape so bad, huh?
Of course. Yes, let's get right onto it. We are approaching. Actually, we are on festive season. And exactly. So, this festive season, please, can you please give us just a little bit on the health tips?
Yeah, well, this is a Broken Body series, and we're talking about how bodies get broken, and it's the holidays are almost upon us, and with that comes, I guess, great joy, but also chaos of Christmas feasting and family gatherings, and of course, the big word, indulgence. People, indulge too much, and one has to remember, among the merriment that we're going to have, we need to navigate the season without, I guess, jeopardizing our health. Especially those who have pre-existing medical conditions. There are a lot of people who are going into Christmas or are going to join families who are, perhaps getting old or elderly, who have, diabetes or blood pressure or, some other conditions. So one needs to be careful about how one what are the tips and the tricks for a healthy and happy holidays. So let's delve into this topic. I think the biggest thing to talk about is, the biggest elephant, if you like, in the room is food. And all the holiday tables grown with delicious things that,
of course,
we overindulge with. And these things, really can wreak havoc. And it happens every single year because we as doctors see the overload and indulgence in January when they come and see us with their heartburn and their blood pressure out of control, and, they've gained, extra kilos which they've tried so hard over the year to lose. So what are the mindful ways to eat? I think, moderation is the key. I mean, how do you spend your Christmas?
Who, me? You asking me?
Mm-hmm.
How I spent my Christmas, the 25th of December, at exactly the Christmas day. I cook. This tradition, it never gets old when a doctor. We cook. Even in Africa, we say 7 colors. Or is it? I don't know if it's Africa only or Botswana only or whole Africa. We say 7 colors. You see the several colors. Cucumber, salads, everything. Those, everything. Yeah, 7 colors. We eat a lot of things, different things, and fizzies, juices, you name it.
Okay, you mentioned lots of things there, and so the most important thing is just to be moderate in what you eat. It's focus on enjoying smaller portions of your favorite dishes. Savoring each bite and listening to your body's hunger. Don't skip meals. A lot of people skip meals to, if you like, save room for the feast. But this can lead to overeating later. Everybody knows if they're fast the whole day because they're going to have a big Christmas dinner or Christmas lunch. You tend to overeat at that meal rather than eat in moderation. So that's really important, and it's really important. You talked about juices, and people bake cakes and people buy sweets.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do is to opt for homemade treats. We are using healthier ingredients. Fresh fruit, whole grains, natural sweeteners, and again, portion control is really the thing that will save the day. Sharing is caring. Share your delicious meals with other people. So that's really important. I had a question that's coming from one of our listeners saying, many people in Naka swear by detox methods after the holidays. Do these hold any value? Absolutely not. Remember, while it's trendy, detox may sound appealing, but they're often unnecessary and can be even harmful. And people send me lots of messages say, doctor, can I do a cabbage fast? Can I do a water fast? Can I do a coffee fast?
Yes.
These things can be very harmful to you. And our bodies have natural detox mechanisms. And there are the 2 organs in your body called the liver and the kidneys. These things are very powerful by evolution, and they're designed to wash out and clean out the rubbish that you put in your stomach. So you treat your liver carefully. Liver, in terms of alcohol, can really put a grind and a halt on your liver. So be careful that your liver is your detox mechanism. The kidneys, make sure you are well hydrated. If you're outdoors, during the festive season, drink lots and lots of water because you need to keep your kidneys flushed. Otherwise, those...
All right, Dr. Kirana, let me ask you, I have a few questions for you lined up here, yeah. So, when you are a doctor, you've seen it all and you know it all. So tell me, what are the major health issues that occur during the holidays?
Oh, that's a nice question. The major issue with during the holidays is actually, it depends. If you don't have any pre-existing conditions, the major issue is weight gain, heartburn. Sometimes you get bloated, you get diarrhea, you get constipation because you eat a lot more processed food. You know, there's the bread and the rice and the pasta and the spaghetti and the macaroni and all the stuff is processed carbs. They got no muruku, no fiber. So people get constipated. You eat a lot of palachi, you get a lot of heartburn. You eat a lot of bread or flour, you get heartburn. So people come and ask for, heartburn pills. They ask for something to relieve the constipation. They ask for something to the liver's been heavily affected by taking too many tots, or what do you call those things? Those small I forgot, that's how old I am.
Yeah.
Those small little shots. They call them shots.
Yeah.
The vodka shots and whatever it is, and then the whiskeys. All these things can really put a heavy bind on your liver, and then people come with nausea and vomiting, and they feel really sick. Those are the major issues that we see. I want to mention again, for those that are out there that do have, you may be diabetic on insulin taking injections, you may be a diabetic taking pills, you may be somebody with blood pressure. Please make sure when you're going out to wherever you're going, whether it's to Morocco or to Massimo or whether you're traveling out of the country, please make sure you do take enough medication with you. Don't run short of medication because wherever you are, most clinics will be closed or on half standby, so they won't have medication. The pharmacy will be just for emergencies. So please make sure if you are injecting insulin, take your insulin. Make sure if you're out there that the insulin is well cooled because these things expire in the sun. Please be careful not to run short of your medication. If you're flying, keep some pills in your hand luggage and keep some in your main luggage, just in case your main luggage doesn't arrive on time or is getting lost in the Christmas havoc. People often call me to say, I've landed in Lusaka and I don't have any medication because my bag is actually not yet arrived. So don't do these things. Plan well in advance. Leave something in the car as well. So that's really what we see in terms of people falling in. So another one that we actually see, which since you mentioned it, is stress. It's really more because, like you say, you're having to cook. So you're going out shopping. It's a heavy time. It's a long day. You're up late baking, etc. So managing stress because you got family visiting. You may be the one that's hosting it. So absolutely, it's very important. So prioritize sleep. As fatigue can worsen stress. Practice relaxation techniques, breathing, meditation, yoga. Don't hesitate if you're the one who's hosting to delegate things. Often we see people who are really stressed after holidays, and the purpose of the holidays is to chill, not to be stressed. So prioritize your well-being. That's really important. So this is the most important. So some additional tips, because people have asked me here, what tips do you have for maintaining a happy, healthy holiday, Naka? Well, 1, hydrate. A lot of water. Not juice, not fizzy drinks, not too much alcohol. That's the number 1. 2, limit your alcohol consumption because you need to prioritize mindful drinking. Get enough sleep, get some restful nights to avoid fatigue and stress. Plan ahead. Make healthy choices at grocery stores when you're going to buy things for your Christmas table. And don't be afraid to say no if somebody offers you a portion of the 7 colors you talked about. Say no or decline extra helpings, decline extra dessert, and get a bit of a walk, exercise, get out there and walk a little bit after your meals. Really is good for you. That's really important in terms of tips. I'm going to stop and pause there in case you have any more questions.
I have more questions, and you keep on answers. It's Edison and Depot, so you check. So tell me something. What emergencies can arise?
Oh, you are asking some really good questions. The emergencies that can arise in somebody who's not, who's young and doesn't think there's anything wrong with them, which is often not the case. If they may have indulged too much, they actually may, for example, if they've taken too much alcohol, they may actually become comatose. They may drink so much that they actually vomit, and that vomit can actually go into the airways. It sounds terrible, but we actually see people, we call it aspiration, where they've eaten so much and they're so drunk, they actually puke and vomit and swallow some of that vomit into their airways, and they're rushed because they can't breathe and they can't choke. In those who are asthmatic and they have an asthmatic attack because perhaps they're going out to to the farm and they have an asthma attack, they've forgotten the inhaler. We see people who actually come in our hospital acutely short of breath. In those who are injectable insulin, they've forgotten their insulin, their sugars are so high, they go into a diabetic coma. These are all real cases, people who've forgotten their BP pills or who've decided that, you know what, I'm not going to take my pills over the festive season. They come in with what we call malignant or accelerated hypertension. The blood pressure is so high, they're actually near having a stroke. These are all the things that we see in a hospital during a crisis. So these are really important things. And it's the reason why I say, set clear goals. Really, remember, Christmas is about finding place with your loved ones and to be with your friends. And enjoyment is there, but don't overindulge. That's really important. Keep moving. Stay hydrated. Enjoy yourself, but moderation is the key, I think, to me. And remember, in terms of detox, people have asked me, they've sent me about lots of questions here about detox. People have asked about herbal.
Yeah, if I could ask you, is there such thing as detoxing? What is detoxing?
No, there's not. It's just, honestly, it's a scam in our city and in our country. There's no such thing as detox. You have the organs in your body that nature has made, and those are the organs that you need to mindfully take care of, the kidneys and the liver, to make sure they're detoxed. This herbal teas and green teas and orange teas and yellow teas, it's all people at the chemist and the health markets that are making money out of you. Drink lots of water, that's a good detox. The other things really are secondary to a mindful eating, and you won't regret it. During the time that you want to be tempted, that's important. Somebody's asked here, what about fiber? Yeah, it's good. Eating plenty of fiber, organic fruits, vegetables, cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli. These are good fiber things that can absorb some of the rubbish that you're eating. But better than avoid taking the fiber is to avoid the things that cause the issues. I think people want a detox from things that they've toxed themselves with. So I think, when you're putting that stuff in your mouth that is going to intoxicate you, think twice about whether it's swallowing some liquid or whether it's eating, half a cake. Be careful about what you're doing. It's really important. And again, like I say, if you have chronic conditions, please make sure you consult your clinic, doctor, hospital, wherever you get your medicine from, to say, am I safe? What do I do? What if I skip my medication? What if I forgot my medication? How do I manage? Do I double up? Do I double the insulin? Do I double the blood pressure pill? What happens in an emergency if I have asthma? Where do I go? These are important things to check with your doctor or your hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Important things.
All right. So, Dr. Kiran, festive Christmas only comes once in a year, or you check. And it's one day where everyone is happy. You went to your respective homes and villages, and we are there to see each other. It's been a very long time, and we eat everything and we overdose. And so what are the signs that you can see that someone has overdone the festivities?
I think that the immediate sign is you can actually see that they're bloated. You can see that they're complaining of heartburn. You can see that they're feeling, eating too much starchy stuff, bread and rice. It makes you feel lethargic. It makes you feel like you want to have a long nap, because all the blood from your brain has gone into your stomach, so it's busy trying to digest the stuff. And then the problem is you lie down. So when you lie down, your stomach goes up into your chest. Then you start getting heartburn. Then you start feeling really nauseous, and so the signs are nausea. It's feeling sick. It's feeling bloated. It's feeling like you got heartburn. It's feeling dopey. And of course, if you add a couple of glasses of wine or a shot of whatever it is you're taking, that adds to the injury and just fuels the fire. So the biggest issue is, somebody starts, for example, somebody starts slurring their speech. Somebody starts feeling dizzy. Somebody feels, somebody faints. Somebody feels like, they've got terrible burning in their chest. All these are warning signs that something you've actually poisoned your system and needed to be either looked at by a clinic, unfortunately, and often that's difficult, or if it's really bad and somebody actually feels like they're going to faint, you need to take them to a hospital. So these are warning signs that can occur during that time. So I know I sound like a party pooper, but this is really important because we see it, like you say, Christmas only comes once, but your health is forever. So, you've got to make sure that the things you do on that 1 day or 2 days or 4 days of when you're going on a festive, you're going to pay for in the new year, because the new year, we're going to be talking about resolutions once again. How do I lose weight? How do I detox? How do I go back to all the effort that I made this 2023? So we're going to talk about that in the new year. Rather than talk about the new year, try and prevent what's happening or what's going to happen in the future. So that's really the message of today on the Broken Body series. So this is the last in the series for the year. We're going to be starting the new year with resolutions going forward in 2024. But what are your resolutions anyway for the new year?
My friend, you can't ask me that question now. You are not being fair now. Hi, boo.
Well, anyway, here's wishing you a very Merry Christmas, a healthy Christmas, a joyous Christmas to your family. Cook well, cook healthy, eat mindfully, stay hydrated, exercise, and we'll see you in the new year.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kiran. I'm going to cook my several colors and I make sure that I eat them in a healthy way.
You take care now.
All right. They'll join you some other time. Okay, that was Dr. Kiran Kako Village Medical Daycare Center. Are nanankolela jalo mo festiving, and we are going to be eating a lot of things. Yeah, festive only comes once, but health whatever is that you do more festive seasoning, so se jang se tlhokomele se ska sa go tseya bo di heartburn or anything re go rata one by one le mele yo ra o batla gore le ngwa go tlang ka 2024 o tle o le content o tle o le lit fireflies our city.